"In space, no one can hear you scream." That was the catchphrase from the trailer of the sci-fi hit, Alien. Production began in July 1978 in England with an R rating by 20th Century Fox Film Corporation. Written in collaboration between Dan O'Bannon and Roman Shusett. Directed by Ridley Scott. The first draft was turned down by Gareth Wigan, Vice President of Worldwide Production at 20th Century Fox Film Corporation, after deeming it too violent, as did other studios. The script was sold to Brandywine Productions for $1,000 and was rewritten, then presented after 2 days again to 20th Century Fox, due to close affiliation between the two. After consulting with studio executives on 7 February 1977, 20th Century Fox President Alan Ladd Jr. purchased the script because it reminded him of the shower scene in Psycho. 20th Century Fox had also launched, in 1977, the major hit blockbuster, Star Wars, that became the largest grossing film in history at that time, which made a huge demand on sci-fi space movies. At this time, director of the movie was Walter Hill, but soon after he became unavailable to direct, the job was offered to a beginner director at the time. He was named Ridley Scott, who had only one movie under his name, The Tourists. Before that, he had only worked on television commercials, so he started on pre-production by February 1978. Brandywine producers made a decision to spend money on special effects and sets instead of major stars. The budget was originally proposed between $3 and $5 million. However, costs gradually escalated. But a year after the film's release, reporters said to find the production expenses at $10.7 million and advertising at $15.7 million. The Writers Guild of America awarded O'Bannon sole screenplay credit, despite the fact that 20th Century Fox recommended Hill and Giller for the screenplay credit and O'Bannon for story by credit. Both Hill and Giller described O'Bannon's early script as unsophisticated and a pastiche of 50s movies. Their contribution included transforming the character of Ash into a robot, changing 2 of the male characters to females, one of whom would be the lead Ripley, creating Jones the cat, and introducing Anwar Edge into the story. Scott admitted that he accepted the project without being a fan of science fiction. He considered the design of the alien creature as the first priority that can either make or break the movie. Scott was inspired by the biomechanical illustrations of Swiss designer H.R. Giger. Scott added that Giger's 1976 painting, Necronome 4, was the foundation of the creature. H.R. Giger was responsible for the alien design and also for the planetary landscape and the derelict spacecraft. He used organic materials such as bones and skeletons to create the alien form, and revealed that the chest-birthed creature was made of real animal intestines and blood. Also, O'Bannon enlisted the help of concept artist Ron Cope, Chris Foss, and Jean Mobius Gerand, special effect specialist. Carlos Rambaldi was hired to animate Giger's designs for the alien hat. The part of Ripley was the first leading role in a feature film for Sigourney Weaver, whose acting experience had been primarily on stage. Sigourney Weaver got paid $30,000 Praying the alien was Nigerian Bolaji Badiju on account of his unique proportions of tallness and long limbs. The alien suit designed by Jagger was worth $250,000. The film began in 1978 at Shepperton Studios outside of London, and the shooting was completed in October 1978. Then 6 months of editing and special effects photography. To convey the ship's network of machinery, the art department collected scraps from all jet engines, automobiles, and electronics. The film did not have pre-release showcasing in New York City or Los Angeles. It was marked as a unique event. Alien was released on 25 May 1979, the second anniversary of Star Wars release. The headlines reported that the film grossed $3.5 million during its first 4 days. Although the film did not surpass Star Wars in terms of box office profits, it continued to earn $53 million by the end of August 1979. After a year in release, Alien had grossed over $100 million. The film received the 1979 Academy Award for Best Visual Effects and was nominated for Best Art Direction. As of 2013, 3 sequels have been made: Aliens 1986, Alien 3 1992, and Alien Resurrection 1997, as well as 2 prequels: Alien vs. Predator 2004 and Alien vs. Predator Requiem 2007. Ridley Scott did not participate in those projects, but he returned to elements of Alien when he directed Prometheus 2012. The movie begins with a shot of the Nostromo ship in outer space, carrying 20 million tons of mineral ore, and its 7-member crew and status. Then, the crew is awakened upon receiving a transmission of unknown origin. They argue among themselves if they should investigate it or not. But due to the company policy, they are obligated to check it out. The ship heads to a small rocky planet. That's the origin of the signal. Captain Dallas, Tom Skerritt, Executive Officer Kane, John Hart, and Lambert, Veronica Cartwright, the Nostromo's navigator, set out to investigate the signal's source, while Warrant Officer Ripley, Sigourney Weaver, Science Officer Ash, Ian Holm, and Engineers Brett, Harry Dean Stanton, and Parker Yafit Koto stay behind to monitor their progress and make repairs. Dallas, Kane, and Lambert discover that the signal is coming from an alien spacecraft. Meanwhile, the Nostromo computer, Mother, deciphers the signal transmission that seemed to be some type of warning. Kane discovers a chamber containing numerous eggs. When he touches one of the eggs, a spider-like creature attaches itself to his face. Dallas and Lambert carry the unconscious Kane to the Nostromo. Ripley refuses to let them aboard, citing the quarantine regulations, but Ash overrides her and allows the crew back into the ship. Ash attempts to remove the creature from Kane's face. He stops when he discovers its highly corrosive acid blood could harm Kane and potentially damage the ship's hull. Eventually, the creature detaches on its own and is found dead. Kane awakens seemingly unharmed, but during a meal he begins to choke and convulse, until an alien creature bursts from his chest, killing him and escaping into the ship. Without conventional weapons, the crew attempts to locate and capture the creature by fashioning motion trackers and flamethrowers. Brett follows the crew's cat into a large room where the now fully grown alien attacks him and disappears. Dallas enters the ducts with a flamethrower, intending to force the alien out, but it attacks him. Parker later finds only the flamethrower. While accessing Mother, Ripley discovers that the crew was awakened and directed to the planet, because the company secretly ordered Ash to return with the alien for study, and to consider the crew expendable. She confronts Ash, who tries to kill her. Parker intervenes, knocking Ash's head loose, and revealing him to be an android. The survivors reactivate Ash's head, and he confirms the company's order. Ash states that the alien is not easily killed and expresses his admiration for it, taunting them about their chances of survival. Ripley shuts him down and Parker incinerates him. The crew decides to self-destruct the Nostromo and escape in the shuttle. While gathering supplies, Parker and Lambert are killed by the alien. Now alone, Ripley initiates the self-destruct sequence, but the alien blocks her path to the shuttle. She retreats and unsuccessfully attempts to abort the self-destruct. She reaches the shuttle unhindered, with Jones narrowly escaping as the Nostromo explodes. As Ripley prepares for status, she discovers the alien has stowed itself in a narrow compartment. She dons a spacesuit and flushes it out. It approaches Ripley, but before it can kill her, she opens the airlock door. The resulting explosive decompression almost ejects the alien into space, but it hangs onto the door frame. Ripley fires a grappling hook gun to push it out and activates the engines, blasting the alien into space. After recording her final log entry, she places Jones and herself into status for the trip back to Earth.